What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome back to Mind of a Savage. Today's cast might be a shorter cast. Well, definitely going to be a shorter cast than usual. We will be talking about Mortal Kombat. There we go. My English is terrible, and education. So basically, we're going to speak about that. There's going to be spoilers ahead, so I want to give you guys a huge warning. I just finished seeing it, it's fresh in my memory. So again, spoilers are ahead. Please advise if you have not seen it, go and see it first, and then come back, and maybe we could have a discussion down at the comment section below. But without further ado, wait, let me just before I even talk about it, let me give one more spoiler warning. Spoilers are ahead. I'm not going to show any clips of the movie, but I will be speaking about things that happened directly in the movie and my feelings towards them and how good the movie was and what I liked, what I hated, what I disliked. All right, so with that out the way, okay, let's get into it. Um, Off the bat, the movie about an hour and 50 minutes long felt really, really short because of how fast paced it seemed. Like there wasn't really much um character upbringing. Like there's not much details on who's who. It's just they say names that you remember and you have to hope that you remember how they look or similar to how they looked in the game, especially me having not played Mortal Kombat in years. It's hard to really say, "Oh man, is that how is this character does this actor, look like the character that I remember?" So it was really hard to say who's who out the gate unless they didn't do like something like Sub Zero Freeze or Get Over Here from Scorpion. Um like I don't know, the movie seemed very, very rushed. Like if they needed to just, the fight is happening right now, and I disliked it. I disliked the movie. I disliked the fighting scenes. I felt like the fighting scenes literally took like a minute. Um, they had little tacky lines like "flawless victory" and stuff like that, like "finish him." You know, that's to me, it didn't really give me that hooray. Um, so I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not like the biggest Mortal Kombat fan. We'll do MK for sure. So I'm not like slurring over my words and whatnot. Like, I'm not the biggest MK fan, and I know that for sure. But dude, I didn't feel any like I didn't I wasn't hyped for a part 2 at the end. Um it was very, very like to the point. Super to the point. Like out the gate, the starting fight scene with Sub Zero and Scorpion, like it was very direct. There was little build up, the baby's crying, the older brother comes to try to settle the baby. The mom hears the baby still crying because why would you send a 9-year-old kid to take care of a what seems to be an infant? Pretty sure, I don't get that, but sure. The mom comes into the room and then basically all hell breaks loose. Sub Zero goes and basically slaughters his whole clan. And at that point, I'm like, oh man, okay. To me, again, not being the most savvy MK fan, um, I didn't even know that Sub Zero was a bad guy. Like throughout my entire childhood, I want to make this clear. I didn't know Sub Zero was a bad guy. And in this movie, they portray him as the like biggest fucking badass. And it wasn't like a cool badass. It was like, yeah, it's cool because it's Sub Zero, like, sure. But I don't know. I just feel like that scene was so like that was possibly like the only build up. And they don't even touch on the baby getting taken by getting quote unquote saved. I don't know if it's saved because Sub Zero didn't want to kill the baby. He didn't know the baby was there. So, but Raiden took the baby, and in that point, you don't see what happens to that baby until like what 15, 20 minutes before the movie ends. So it's like the way they left off and the way they started the film, like way they ended the film, it was like, okay, now I get it, but it was like very long to see what happened to that baby. Um I don't know. Maybe they wanted to really show like because the way they okay, so after Raiden takes the baby, it got to a point where it was like straight MMA fight, right? And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Oh, all right. So this MMA fight, you almost think the way they structured the film is like that baby is the MMA fighter, right? Like the baby grew up to be that MMA fighter, which tends. What is his name? Corey. Dude, I don't even care about the names. That's how bad this film was to me. Like it, I felt no relationship to remember the names. It and I hate to say it, man, because I don't want to talk about Marvel at all. Cause I talk so much about Marvel films, and I love Marvel films, but like the way they really attach you to these characters, it's like a lot of films that have that try like their attempt to try that really fall off the mark. I didn't like so again. I'm gonna call him Corey. Uh, I'm probably fucking way off, but the MMA fighter that becomes basically he unlocks his power after fighting Prince Goro, which is the forearm guy, which literally growing up called him the forearm guy. Didn't even know his name was Goro. Again, it was just like to somebody that did not really grow up playing MK Mortal Kombat. It was really hard to see to try to like get into it. Like yeah, it was an action movie, it was fighting, and that's cool, but it didn't drive me to where I was like, "Oh, yeah. Oh man, I want to see another one." It felt very like again, if I have to put it in as least amount of words as possible, it was very rushed. It was rushed. It was like straight fighting into more fighting into more fighting. And it's like I didn't know who anybody was. The chick with the mouth and two daggers, I think, bro, she was pretty cool. The whole like she could portal out and portal back, that was pretty badass for a little bit. But then she gets one shotted by Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade being one of the only people I do know in the Mortal Kombat universe, I guess. Um Besides Sub Zero and Scorpio. Or Scorpion. I don't even know his name. But yeah, you see you basically put on this roller coaster where it's like the movie can be good, but it just felt like it was in this one dimension. And what I mean by one dimension, they were speaking about Mortal Kombat and they gave like a quick 30 seconds of what the hell the tournament actually is. And it's like it's been going on for thousands of years, and that was cool, to get that little information. But again, it really didn't give me enough like fill the filler. And I know people hate filler, but people hate filler when they know what's gonna happen, right? They want the fight scene. So again, maybe this movie wasn't made for the casual fan. And again, I wouldn't call myself a fan. Um, but yeah, it just felt like very rushed. Uh, I didn't like get the same feels of being in a movie theater. Maybe that would have made me a little bit more hyped because I know that that's a thing with people. They ask, "Oh, where did you see it? HBO Max?" Well, you're at home, so you're not gonna get all hyped. And dude, I cry at home with movies. Like I see a sad movie at home, I'm crying. So you're getting the most emotions out of me, dude. 100%. 100%. I clap when I see Transformers, and I've seen it multiple times. I get hyped when Optimus is telling everybody, "Yo, we got to do this." Like, so you can't say that. That argument to me, I feel like is very like, mm, it could go anybody's way. But yeah, this movie was definitely. I liked who they casted as Hanzo or Scorpion. Uh, I like that casting. That was a good one. Sonya Blade was a good one. Jax, I felt like he was good. He was okay for what he did. He didn't have too much of a like huge part in the movie. Um, it who else? Sub Zero was pretty decent. Um, he was pretty decent as a cast. Like for them casting him. The fact that I got so heated at this moment. Uh, basically, opening fight scenes. Sub Zero versus Scorpion or Scorpio. Yo, you guys know who I'm talking about. They don't even speak the same language, so dudes could be having a argument over misunderstanding. Homie just comes out and slays his whole clan. Like what? And Scorpion says it. I do not know what you say or your words, but I will kill you. And the other guy's just like, that's like me when I go to order like some some Mexican food or some Spanish food, and I'm like, oh, let me get this, that, the third, and they just like, okay, like, no, bro, come on. How do they not even speak the same language? Homie Sub Zero speaking Chinese, Scorpion speaking Japanese. Excuse me? Like what? That was like I was just like thrown off. I'm like, but he could be telling him anything right now, and dude wouldn't even know. And then it's like I, I want to see how Sub Zero got his power. You know, you see how Scorpio got his power because he went to hell and they gave him he learned to control the flames of hell. That's cool. But like I want to see I don't know, I just love build-ups. I love character build-ups. I love when they like really show you like the origin stories. And I'm not saying give me there was like what 9, 10 characters from MK in there. So like I'm not saying give us every single one, but it's just like everybody's old as shit already. Nobody got like an opening story where it's like, oh, yo, I want to be on this guy's side. Or I want to be on that guy's side. It's just like good team, bad team. Good team wins. Slaughter is the bad team. And it was like clearly beginner's luck because these dudes have been training for millions of years. The bad guys were training for like millions of years, kicking their ass. 9 out of 10 fucking Mortal Kombat tournaments. And then the new guys that just got their abilities get betrayed by Kano, which was I saw that coming, and basically new guys win. So it was clearly beginner's luck. Like I'm pretty sure that's how it's supposed to go because that's how the game was or whatever. But I'm just like, dude, dude, it has some good fight scenes though. I wouldn't say great fight scenes. I wouldn't say memorable fight scenes. I think one of the fight scenes I remember was Shao Long or Shao Ling. I don't know. Dude with the hat, the dude with the spinny hat. You know who I'm talking about. Dude with the spinny hat. Dude with his hat. Shorty weaved it. Shorty with the wings weaved it. Said, "Uts, get out of here." The hat goes in the sand. Homie like does something. I mean, I'm really gonna do this for y'all, so y'all know what I mean, cause y'all already seen it. Cause I told y'all this is gonna be spoiler warnings, and so y'all seen the movie and y'all came back. Homie went like this, and knew where she was coming from. I'm like, stop the cap, stop the cap. Stop. I don't care how long you train. You do not have ears of a wolf, ears of a dog that you could hear that coming from behind you. You don't. You don't have it in you. I'm sorry. I don't care how many gods of thunder have trained you. You don't got that in you. But yeah, he jumps on her back, rides her, and basically makes his hat spin in the sand. And you know what part I'm talking about. And then cuts her in half and then says, flawless victory. And I'm like, stop the cat, bro. Stop it. Stop it, bro. Like it had its moments. It had its moments. It had its moments. The point of when I started to say, oh man, this movie's starting to be really, really like trash. Not trash. I don't want to give it trash because that's harsh. But the movie started really declining for me when I started noticing like, oh nah, they want the good guys to win, like clear cut. Like there's no chance these guys are gonna win, bro. There was no chance, and that moment was it was probably when Jax's arm started like he unlocked his ability to make his own arms become even stronger and like picked up the thing. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Like, cause before that moment, I thought, okay, it could go any way. It could go any way. But I don't know. They be wildin'. They def be wildin'. Because you think about it, you think about it. The bad guys had that. Like they had training for thousands of years. Like they was killing off so many of the Earth Realms warriors, champions. Like they got like one of their they Cabal basically um told Kano, listen, I'm gonna make you dummy rich if you drop this barrier. Kano, obviously, gullible ass, self, excuse my language for all my younger viewers. He took that, died, and didn't even get paid. So he's tight. He's tight, bro. Because he could have been just still with the good guys and won and would have been alive. You would have not got paid, but you'd be alive. That was kind of like, I seen that coming. I seen the double cross in that man's eyes before he had a laser in his eye. And that's the thing. Don't even remember this guy. Like I probably played like how many times I played Mortal Kombat in my life? Maybe like 30 times. I don't even remember this dude on the pick screen. Like again, not a huge fan. I don't even remember this dude. Like I don't remember him. So when that happened, I was like, crazy. Who is this kid? The dragon scene with uh what's his name? Luke Kang or Luke whatever. Luke Skywalker. You guys know who I'm talking about. Come on, you've seen the movie too. That dragon scene where he gets was a cable into like this quicksand. I'm like, no way, no shot. He just made a fire dragon. And then when that happened, I'm looking at that. I'm like, bro, this CGI is trash. It was bad. That scene was like, pretty whack. Like he did the famous kick, like the thousand kicks of death. I was like, nah. He got him in the combo. He got him in the combo. And you can't get out. That's an infinite. That's an infinite combo he got had him in. So he died off rip. And I was like, nah, this movie started to be really, really, really trash. When Sub Zero came through the smoke and showed him Corey or whatever his name is, the MMA guy. He showed him the bracelet, and I'm like, bruh, y'all just had a plan. Y'all just had a plan to go fight him together. Why you going in 1D? You know you gonna die. You know for a fact you just got your powers. You don't even know what your powers do, my boy. He goes through the smoke, and I'm like, Sub Zero about to body him. And then the coolest part of the whole movie is when the dude get Scorpio gets the chain through Sub Zero's arm, which did not phase Sub Zero fighting both of them 2-on-1. How? How? Explain to me down in the comments below. How did my man Sub Zero take one through the arm? He took a scorpion chain through the arm and nothing. Did not phase him. Dude made a quick ice sword. Boom. That was cool. Like all the ice stuff was pretty cool. Like how they CGI'd it and whatnot. That was wavy. But besides that, CGI this movie sucked. Um, I don't know. Again, I'm not the best like film critic. I'm not a filmmaker by any choice. But it was just my opinion on this is like the movie was very rushed. It was very like one sided after a while. You started to know, okay, this is clearly gonna happen. They're clearly gonna win. Uh so end fight scene, Sub Zero's fighting dudes 2v1, holding his own, then starts getting mopped up 100%. Like he was just getting destroyed at one point. Scorpio comes in, does the actual finisher. He tells the dude like, "I leave him to me," and he just hell flames all over him. Sub Zero dies. We don't see this coming, huh? Mortal Kombat 2, Sub Zero's return. Like, come on, dude. We see it. We see it. Don't you're not catching nobody with this. And that's the thing about this type of movie. Is like you're not catching nobody with your possibility of a part two. Like sometimes I love to know sometimes there's a part two, but sometimes me personally, I wouldn't mind like, oh, okay, oh, they making a part two? Oh, that movie was wavy. Good thing they making a part two. You know what I mean? But you don't know, you never know with that movie. Um again, overall, overall, give the movie a 7 out of 10. If we're rating like that, if we're rating out of tens, I give it a 7. I know y'all might be thinking, damn, a 7, but like, I don't know. Maybe you had to be a fan to give it more than a 7. I, I, again, you just seen it coming, especially when homies start saying, "Yo, you got this person. You gonna 1v1 this person. You gonna 1v1 that person." They all won. Like they all won. That's insane. That's insane. They went like 5 for 5, and 3 of them just learned their powers. One didn't even have powers. One had no powers. Sonya Blade had no powers. Bro, it was pretty predictable. That's perfect word. That's a perfect word for this movie. It was so predictable. Especially I would say like after the first 30 minutes, it was so predictable what way they were going. Um like the Sub-Zero scenes were pretty cool. Like I would probably say those were the best scenes. Um, where the MMA guy Corey, I don't know if I'm even saying his name right. I'm telling you, I have like no care if I know that guy's name because that's how terrible of a like I don't know why they went with that plot point with him. Just I didn't see it. For me, I didn't see it. It wasn't there for me. But hey, it might be there for you. But let me know down below what y'all give Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. MK. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I'm giving it 7 out of 10, and I think 7 out of 10 is very, very good. Um, for somebody that's not a huge fan, maybe like fans of the series and fans of the games, like big fans of the games, they'll probably be like, "Yo, this was a 9 out of 10." But if you're giving it a 10 out of 10, stop the cat. Stop the cat. All right, boys and girls, fellas and fellies, I'm gonna cut it there. But until next time, I want you guys to know: have a good day. Have a good night. Get going because I know you got this. Ladies and gentlemen, goodbye.